Hello everybody and welcome back to ETS Reacts, and today we're back with episode 21 of Liar Game called Spearhead Match. And last episode there was definitely one or two things that tripped me up that you guys definitely let me know in the comments. The first one being Yokuya. For some reason with the opening and the visuals and the Core 2 trailer, I just thought Yokuya was going to be playing in the Russian relay game. And it also kind of slipped my brain that he did win, so he didn't really have to go to the revival game. So I think both those things kind of misled me there. And then the second thing is the zero sum. And I was kind of like putting myself in if I was playing the Liar game and right after that contraband, and like if this is our strategy to take down the Liar game tournament office, is the point of like in the minority game. I can't remember this, so someone let me know in the comments. When Sunglasses Dude left the game winning 2.1 billion, did they all get out with zero sum? Because did they not take any profits? All those, was it two teams or just Sunglasses team? Just Sunglasses team, when they took 50% of their earnings, was it they didn't leave with any profits? They just left with zero sum, what they had, their debt, and left? Like, they probably left with profits, no? At least that's kind of what I'm thinking of in my brain. And then the other aspect of this plan that I think might have some flaws in it is we have zero control in other groups, right? And there's other groups, other games going on that we spearhead with, right? Like, these new three people, Nishida, what is it? No, I'm blanking on the other two names. But like their group, maybe someone already left the game with profit, like a Yokuya, or maybe someone didn't want to come back to the revival game and just ran away while they're in debt. Like, there's all these scenarios that if it could go wrong with this zero sum solution that I just kind of like ran through in my head. So that's kind of what went down last episode, that I definitely, with the reaction, I had some questions or misinformation about, or I created in my own head. And going into this episode, now I'm into like, how do we save these people? Because can we win? And right, there's the 50 bonus, because at the end of this game they're taking back 100 million. So I calculated, right, we're given 150 million, which if you add all the 6 players up, I think that gets you to 900 million, and then they take away 600 million of that because they take back 100 million, right? And then you get the 50 million. Well, that only leaves us with 350 million, and I think they're 400 million in debt. So we're 50 million short, right? So how are we going to get them out of this with the zero sum game so that they don't go home in debt? That's, am I thinking of that right? Is my mathing here? Because I just thought about that in my brain. So let me know, or maybe we figure out more and more as we get into this revival Russian relay game. So I'm excited to get into it. Let's wait no more. That was my in-depth thoughts of this upcoming episode and last episode. So let's wait no more and let's get it. Damn, that intro kind of felt wholesome. It's the first time Liar Game felt wholesome when we walked right in. It was like plucking the strings, like out in front of a school. It felt like a high school rom-com for a second. It's more mysterious now. Russian roulette. Are they about to be like, are we actually gonna die? Right, like we know they're not actually gonna die. Wow, I'm shocked she knows what Russian relay is. So a 24 chamber revolver, so you're gonna have one bullet, and it's 1 out of 24. That's the, you break that down, beep boop beep boop. That is, I don't have the math for that one. Bang! You just get the sound and the recoil. It would be funny if they just like not accidentally, but like snuck a bullet in there, and everyone thought they were playing, and then all of a sudden it'd be bam, and people would be like, "Oh, what?" I was so on the mask here, but now that we've zoomed in on it, kind of low key cool. Oh, it does symbolize your death in the liar game, though. So the price of a death will be 50 million paid to the opposing team. Do you get multiple lives then? Or, yeah, 3 lives maybe? Or 150?
ルール説明のためだったら私じゃなくてもいいよね。構いませんよ。じゃあなお、あんたが代わりにやんな。
Is there a reason she wants Nao to go? To see if she can manipulate this guy or not? To see if her charm is going to work on Nishida? The other spearhead? Ooh. That is smart. Do we think this guy's a normal frontman? Is he like Nirko was with Yokoya's group during the first couple rounds? I wonder, is this guy been with that other group, or is he someone higher up, more evaluating them precisely? More precisely? Thank you, NPC. But why would you need to call timeout to go talk to your group about Russian roulette? You just pull the trigger. What if you pointed it at the other person? Oh shit, so it's a 1 in 8 chance. And there's your 3 lives, I guess, for 150 million. What? I thought there was 3 bullets. Are they just... Oh, it's... Each player has 3 bullets, but it's the same gun that you pass back and forth. Not each player doesn't get their own individual gun. Makes more sense, I guess. I thought there was 2 guns. Okay, interesting. They don't load the bullets. They just choose. What's our lucky number? 1. Mine would be... Could you do your birthday on there? So like I would do 4/21/1. That's my birthday. That's probably what I would do. It's pretty smart, no? What? Why is he choosing 18/20/23? What if your opponent writes the same number? What do they do then? Just do it. Damn it, listen to me. Is it because that's what he wrote down? That would be so smart from Akiyama. If he went over, peeped at Nishida, and saw he wrote that for like the same question I had of what happens if you wrote down the same number. Figure it out. Because Akiyama's always trying to test the rules to see like what capabilities he has in this game, right? Like we saw it a lot in the Contraband game. Where he was always asking about the key card and like what the capabilities of the key card were. I'm not a big gun guy. If you're a big gun guy in the chat, how do they load it to where they like put where it's just the sound and the recoil and not like something shooting at a specific point in the gun or chamber, you know, without an actual bullet? So dramatic. Everybody's locked in on the spin. Everybody's sweating their ass off except Akiyama and Fukunaga. Dink. Do you think Akiyama could tell what chamber that landed on right away? It's 18. Okay. Why would he have a bias? Because he thinks now it was cuter than what's her name on the other team. Oh, you spin it? We saw this in the opening. Uh-oh, Nao's up first. Can you point at your opponent? If you do not wish to shoot, you may also pass. Well, how many passes do you get? You just can't keep passing and passing, no? Is there a time frame? Damn, that's not worth it. F that. I'm not giving 1 million up to pass. It adds a complex strategy to this, though. Adds a way more complex strategy than just luck. Because if there wasn't a pass, it would just be straight luck of who won the game. But now there's a little strategy involved here. So what the strategy is, once again, whoop. At some point, maybe it clicks, maybe it doesn't. I'm not all seeing. That is pretty funny though. Like now it's just always gonna want to pass. Like she's never going to want to shoot. You'll earn both his 50 chip penalty and pass chips. So you get whatever's in the pot plus the 50 chip penalty. That's crazy. Then it kind of is worth putting it in the pot. Wow, this is crazy strategy now. Does he take the pot? Well, I thought it would be like you could really stack up a decent amount of money in there, but in reality, all you're gonna get is 1 million. Oh, so if you just keep passing, then you really could get the big stack in there. Would you? Oh. Oh. Well, I thought we were just stacking ones in there, but it doubles every time. Okay. Is a forfeit? What does that mean? You automatically lose? Dang, that sucks. At one of you? I kind of want to see that, though. I want to see him, like, choose someone to pull the trigger at. Pass. No! Pass all the way to a forfeit. Let's see what happens. Blown off his head. Ready? Whew. I don't think I could do that. Like, just thinking about that, of pulling that trigger, no chance. You got 1 million. Look at this constant side eye. It's like the Akiyama stance right here. The side eye evaluation. This dude, I just can't. He might be putting on like a little goody two shoes act. I think this guy's just kind of NPC. Like he doesn't really impress me at all. Pull the trigger. Don't let your guard down. Damn, you're putting a lot of pressure on her, Fukunaga. Is this part of your strategy? Alright, let's see your strength here now. You're talking about you need more strength. You sounded like a shonen character last episode. Let's see your strength explode this episode, but not in the form of a bullet into your head. Yep. But you have no idea where that thing landed. Yep. My exact thoughts. Yep, I was about to say I don't think there shows anything, but I'm not a gun person, so wouldn't know. What's the odds of that? You got the big brain math? Well, you would think so, but now your odds have gone down by 1 since you passed. That's why I'm like, your best odds, we're going first. So I feel like you should always shoot if you go first, because in my head, that's your best odds to not get it. Now your odds got worse. Oh, that might have absolutely blown her confidence. In my head, I kind of thought we were going to get different challenges. So like the spearhead would have the Russian roulette, and then we'd move on to a new game for the core, and then a new game for the general. But it's just Russian roulette all the way through the 3. And if her first pull was a head blown off, then She might be traumatized. Like, I don't think she's pulling the trigger ever again. She's traumatized. PTSD. She's like a soldier coming back from Nam. Oh, we're an army. We're an actual army. Oh, he's checking out the gun. It's checking out the spin. He's trying to see the exact weight of a spin and how many chambers it turns from zero, the amount of times it turns over from zero. It's really cool or smart to see if there's some sort of predictability with that. Is he gonna take the gun from him? Dang, you only got like 2 turns? That's hard to figure out. I would have been like, hey, can we reach a little handshake here and let's go to the forfeit? Because I want to see what happens when a forfeit happens. See if he chooses to shoot at anybody. Damn, you're rubbing salt in the wound. She's already down low. She's already down bad, Fukunaga. She said she had no strength. She needs to be stronger. That's why you put her in last. And to be honest, like I said this last episode, I think now being last is perfect. Because what I said last episode, if you didn't watch it, I said Fukunaga up first because like we saw in the Contraband game, your natural instinct, and I don't know how this helps you with Russian roulette, is to be conservative when you get into something where you're nervous and tentative. Then you get someone who's aggressive right off the jump. It could work. It could backfire on you, but usually it's a dub. So Fukunaga first, that's my strategy. Then you get Akiyama to see if you can close it out there. And if you can't and he somehow loses, then you got your rage baiter in third and last. And she just somehow rage baits the shit out of her opponent, which I think the other female in that group, I feel like she could be rage baited pretty easily. Just the aura she's given off so far, you could rage bait her. Down in the dumps. She's even got the gloves like she's a murderer for Fukunaga. Let's go back. Look at those gloves. Definitely killed some people before. How was she not useless? Did we? I don't feel like I learned much. Okay, he's rinse repeat. We can win this game. That's what I thought, but there's definitely an added strategy with passing and assigning your bullets and all that stuff. There's more of a strategy to it. I thought it was pure luck, but it wouldn't be any fun if it was pure luck. Oh, that's true. So the first one is luck, but if yours is like, if that was 18, then you technically know, okay, if this was my bullet at 18, then you know 19, were we 20 and then 23? So we know the next one's good. The next one, I don't want to pull the trigger. I'll pass. I'll give it over to Nishida, and then if I like keep doing this, and I don't know if it's YouTube appropriate or whatnot, but then if the bullet goes off there, then you're like, wow, there's a good probability that 21, 22 are safe, and or maybe he has his bullet, and then 23. So you do kind of know some stuff when you get one bullet. Yeah. Yeah. And if yeah. Bang! Yup, so then he passed then too. It's probably also true. Because we just pass into the forfeit? There's one more loophole we can use to gain an advantage. I didn't think of that loophole. We can pass to the forfeit or what? Alright, Fukunaga, let's show our superior intellect here as our spearhead. Extra aggressive, that's what I want out of you. Ready? Break, that was our timeout. I think it has something to do with the spin. They're hyper focused on the spin, and Akiyama spun it, and I think he counted the amount of spin for like a normal-ish rotation. Or maybe you could count the rotation. I feel like that would be really hard to do if you could count the rotation, and if it started at 1. Are all of them locked in on it? Who'd it point at? That looked like Fukunaga. Damn, look at those things. They're huge. Oh. Pass. Interesting strategy, because my first thought process would have been you always pull the trigger on the first one because it's your best odds of not getting shot. But that's probably what he thinks too. And is she psyching out her opponent? Her opponent. Maybe. Are you going to pass again? Are you going to pass because you think Fukunaga knows something? Oh, let's check this gun out. Pass. Pass. Yes! Yes, this is a good strategy. Now, do you pass again and you try to get him to pass? I feel like that might be risking a lot. I think you just take it. I think you just take it. Sounds crazy. Oh, we're still trying to psych out our opponent. How is this working on you? Did you not have anyone who pulled mental hurdles on you? Damn, Fukunaga kind of looks fine in this. Just in case I'll pass. So we had 1, then 2, then 4. Now 8's in there, and we can get 16, and then it's pointed. So we gotta pull the trigger next time we're up. Nice. Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. Yes. 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 Good strategy. Perfectly played. Now don't. Yes. Yeah. It was pretty good rage bait there. And you always, like I said, you always want to pull. I don't want to be rinse repeat here, but you always gotta rip the first one because it's your best odds to start with. Daring is her best odds. Messing with your opponent's head. Now he's already in the hole. Yeah. How are those working right now? I guess padding, I was like, I don't think that's how that works, but you never know. Yeah, mess with your opponent's head. How are you falling for this now? How are you falling for that? She doesn't know where the bullets are? There's no way. You gotta call timeout. This is timeout mode. You're freaking out. Let's call timeout. Let's regroup with the group. Get some others' opinions on this. Come back with a calm mindset. That's what Nishida should do right here. It's luck. Well, you're a dummy because you should have paid attention to the spin and all that stuff. Now, does that really help you? I don't know, but I feel like it gives you a better guess than just going into it blind. Yeah. She's bluffing. She's bluffing. What? You're passing? Pull the trigger, bro. Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. She is great with mind games. We saw that in the minority game. She played everybody, mind game wise, right? Getting everybody to be on everybody's team. That was a good mind game strategy. No, shoot. No, shoot. Dude, this guy's a literal idiot. This guy's a literal idiot. I can't believe now it's like just as animated as Nishida. You need a timeout, bro. No way she just blew the smoke off of imagine. Like it's a real gun, but there's no bullets or smoke coming out of that thing because it didn't shoot. Timeout. Timeout. Signal through the glass. I guess you can't see. No. Bro needs a timeout. Bad. Bro. Dude, this guy. You should never let your opponent play you. Like, that's where, like, if it was me, like, I would be so upset leaving the liar game if I just felt like I got played by my opponent the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, if I go down on my own terms. I ain't going down because someone else played me like a flute or... How many times are you gonna fall for the same thing? Oh, I kind of thought that one might fire. So who loses? Messing with your opponent's mindset is the only thing I can think of. It is the spin. So it's what I was saying, maybe? Yup. Yup. At least that's what we think. If you pay attention to the spin, like I was saying. Notice the sound the cylinder makes when it spins. Does it make a different sound when it completes a full click, like a full rotation? That sounds pretty fucking uniform to me. Am I missing something? I thought it'd be more noticeable with your eyes, like if you focused on a certain point. Oh man, that's a bad yawn right there. If you can figure out the presence and the different sounds from where the gun is loaded, like, you deserve a freaking round of applause. That is crazy instinctive ears and knowledge. Huh. So maybe that's even why you like load it heavy on one side, right? Like you go 11, 12, 13, because then you'd be able to tell from the sound too, apparently. I'm not able to. Go back and listen to that rotation again. Tell me you guys can actually hear a difference here? It's also hard because he's like talking over it too, but I do hear a little difference. But how can you tell? I guess the speed would be faster when let's see here. The speed would be faster when the bullets are on this side falling to gravity, and then it'd be slower when it's working its way up. And so the sound difference would be the bullets on this side, and then you really have to pay attention to I guess the sound difference when it stops. So he's saying it moves faster on the way up. I thought it would have been faster on the way down with gravity working that way. At least that's what it made it seem like there. Okay. Oh, so there is actual bullets in there. I was thinking, well, how are they firing the gun without the bullets coming out? When it did, the spin came out to stop just a chamber off of where, because it's it's bottom heavy, so obviously when it goes to rest, if it's concentrated on one side, then you'd have like your first couple shots for the most part would, sorry, I'm using my finger. Your first couple shots would be empty because if it's concentrated, if it's all spaced out, you're kind of screwed. But if it's concentrated, then it'll settle on the bottom because it's heavier. That's so smart to think about that though during that like little game run through. It's so smart to like think of that. My mind wasn't even close to thinking about that. Like this is what I wish I was like. You know what I mean? Like you sit here, and I think it's part of why people like the Liar game so much. Is you sit and you're like, man, I wish I could think like Akiyama. Like I'm gonna try to think like Akiyama from now on. I'm gonna overanalyze every situation, and then you just find it like tedious as it goes on. It would sit on the bottom, so you would technically, yeah, right, and it'd equal out. Right. So technically your first like no matter what, not no matter what, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 5-ish would be low odds, yeah. So her opponent isn't thinking of that, and so she knows the first, let's just be safe, 4 shots are probably safe. And so if she can take that 4 shots, just rage baiting the living shit out of the guy, and finally it's like, fine, I'll do it, and then it's so rage baiting literally is maybe understanding all of what Akiyama said is the most important part. The second is rage baiting your opponent. Like this dude should have called timeout after the first round. Wait, what? Hold on. He did though. I'm sure of it because Akiyama told him to. Was he listening in to their conversation? Shouldn't you just load all 3 bullets in a row? Oh, whoops. Do you think they actually followed through on it? Maybe. He's so prepared. That's why what I said earlier. I said you're gonna be like, I want to be like Akiyama. Kore wa liar game. That's his go-to sentence right there. Kore wa liar game. He said if they can't sniff out that liar that I played them, then they don't deserve to be here no more. But don't worry. We'll save you, even though we're 50 million short on the amount of money we need to save your asses. Kore wa liar game. It's the level you have to play at. Ooh! Ooh! She's the only one firing? Like... But they should... If they listened to that, then they should have known that at the bottom of the barrel is where your bullets are most likely going to be. So you should be firing from the beginning. No. Like, if they listened to Akiyama say that, like, they didn't think of that one. It's about to be 130 million after he pulls the trigger here. Yeah. but convince the opponent to do so. That's been our goal so far. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, money down the drain. He's at 130 now, right? He's a... Oh, they can call timeout? So the people can Nishida call timeout? I always thought it was Nishida. But if they could call timeout, shit, I would have called timeout after round 1. I would have been like, timeout, please. We need that timeout right away. You need to regroup yourself immediately. That's how you play the game. So proud of him herself. Since you're such dunce, like, since when has Fukunaga been this mean? I thought in the Contraband game we started growing a little bit here and accepting Nao as not being the smartest bulb. You act all smart, but Akiyama told you 2 things that helped your whole strategy come into place. You're calling now a dunce, but you basically got led to the water and then you drank it. Yeah. Well, that was obvious because I caught it. But he'd passed too much now that he had to start taking the risk. Like, he'd already lost 70 million. He's about to lose all of his money that he's put in. Wait, whoa, she had determined the sound? Your ears are freaking impressive. Always arms crossed, leaning up against something, or farming the living shit out of every still frame shot in Liar Gameu. Kore wa Liar Gameu Akiyama. Just leans and aura farms up against every single wall or bookcase. So they are very closely loaded together. So I would be very concerned in the next 2 to 3 turns about giving it a shot. Literally. She didn't... it was a semi-bluff, right? Like, she didn't really know where the bullets were, but she had a good estimated guess, right? So it was a semi-bluff because she didn't know where he loaded the bullets, and we don't know where she did, but I'm guessing that maybe she did 3 in a row too, and then he did 3 in a row, so there's a good probability that they're closer together or towards the bottom. So, but if he didn't and there's a stray one there, then she could have took it early. What are these black smudges? I don't see any black smudges. Am I tweaking? Where are the black smudges? Can anybody see the black smudges? Oh, they're right here. 1, 2, 3. Now, do we think this is another mind F that Fukunaga has placed on this gun with her black gloves, like she's giving it a little rub right there and rubbing out her glove on there to make him think it's gunpowder? Damn, she could have got like the grease of the bullet on there and did it on purpose. That would have been big brain if she did it on purpose, and now he thinks like the next 2 are safe shots, and then bam bam like right off with his head. It'd be huge. Big brain play. That's what I was saying. Yep.
こいつこれに気づいてたからあんなにバンバン引き金を引けてたんだなとなると次に弾が出るのは14発目だあと6発
Oh no, this dude, he's fucking toast. Tweaking. This is not the play, bro. She's setting you up. Bang. Oh! Wait, something did fly out of there. I swear something flew out of there. Oh, maybe not. Never mind, I was seeing something. Yep, I told you. Told you. So smart. Planting evidence. She got led to the water, and then I don't know how to go on from there in that analogy. Led to the water, and whatever it is, your favorite drink was there instead of water. Or she made it into her favorite, or she was like Jesus, and she turned the water into wine. And thought that it was there. But now we know where the actual bullets are. Now it's just gonna be pass until we get to the liar game official guy shooting it at one of us, maybe. Ooh. I like the confidence, but when someone says that in this, especially early on when Nao said it and be like, oh, it's in the bag, everybody would be like, uh-oh, we're losing this now. Akiyama, you gonna say something there? Is she gonna shoot? You can't, you gotta pass. You load 3 in a row. Pass. 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 Pass.
一安心でとりあえず先鋒戦は勝利。
どうした？
大変なことに気づいてしまいました。私たち今
There's
とんでもない罠にかけられています。
No way. Now realize there's a terrible trap being set up for us? Whoa, if Nao was actually the one to realize that a trap has been laid out for us when Fukunaga and Akiyama hasn't seen it, we got a timeout right away. Call. Can we call timeout? Can we call it right now? Can we signal it? Signal it? Can we signal that shit? Call it. Call timeout. It's not a crazy cliffhanger, but it is, because Nao is the one who realized it before Akiyama and Fukunaga. I think that shows some crazy shonen. I need strength growth from Nao again. This is nuts. I was not expecting back-to-back episode of Nao stonks going through the roof, so we'll see what happens here. Already liking this revival game a lot better than the downsizing game. It's been really fascinating, even with it being really high luck. They've made it into a game that requires a lot of skill and mind fuckery is what I'll call it a little bit. And I love it that there's a little plot, a little trap there, and the one to sniff it out. And you know who couldn't? Akiyama and Fukunaga. Not them. No. I know those were the first 2 people that probably would have came to your head. It was Nao. And back-to-back episodes, like I was saying, of her just cooking. Of her being the peak need strength on top character. Unbelievable. Great episode. Really excited to see the next 3, I guess that would be, of this revival game. So And I'm interested to see the other side of it, right? Because you get that with the liar game, is you see one POV, one side, so you always know what's going on with their thoughts, even though we saw a little bit of that group conversation that was on the other side. I'm really interested to see who the mastermind or who the thinker is behind. I'm sorry, I'm like burping and all this stuff. I apologize. On the other side. So I'm excited to see all that coming in the next couple episodes. So thank you for watching to the end. If you guys enjoyed my reaction, please make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps me out. I'd love to welcome you to the community that we're trying to build here. So again, thanks for watching to the end, and I'll see you guys next time.